Hello and welcome to the Live and Delight podcast. I'm Elizabeth Losi, the Akashic Records channel and crystal wisdom keeper, crystal talker, translator, perhaps. And today's recording date doesn't really matter, but today is the 1st of March, 2024. This is an 11 month and an 11 universal month. And so today is a 6 universal day. And this is the first in a series, a planned series on the Akashic Records of love, different kinds of love. And my intention for this transmission is to get some information from the Akashic Record Keepers and from the crystalline realm that elucidates some truths that humans don't know about love necessarily, or maybe things I don't even know. And so I'm excited for that. And as I was opening the records, the keepers were laughing at me, saying that, every single Akashic Records transmission that you channel is about love. It comes from love. It is love. And so they're like, it's not, yes, it is one of a series that you think is about love, but in fact, they are all about love. And so that made me laugh and felt really resonant and quite true. So, but I am going to start today by talking about the crystals that came in support of this message on love. And there were 9 crystals. Today, I mean, the number 9 is the number of like culmination and the apex and transformation. And we had one set of doubles today. The most recent transmission for LivinDelight was about the Mercury Saturn Cazimi on the 28th of February, so just 2 days ago. And on that one, there were 4. The main stones of the crystal spread were Amazonite and Dragon's Eye, and there were 4 Amazonite and 1 Dragon's Eye. Today, it's also Amazonite and Dragon's Eye with some other stones in between, quite a few other stones. But this time it was the multiple was Dragon's Eye and Amazonite was the other bookend. So in fact, that transmission was also a lot about love. It was specifically looking at the convergence of, and it's a rare star alignment, the convergence of Saturn, Mercury, and the Sun, all in Pisces, which is sort of the sign of universal love, absolute oneness, compassion, in the ocean of consciousness. And the modern ruler of Pisces is in Pisces right now, Neptune, so is this stellium situation. And there was a lot of information about how to speak your intentions, like you be the magician. And when you go back to listen to it, you are taken back to that moment in time. So if you didn't know to take advantage of that moment in time, it's no problem because it's not lost, right? It's held within that transmission. So search for the word Kazemi, and it's the 28th. There, I posted several videos that day, but it was recorded on the 28th. In any case, so we start out with this double dragon's eye, and dragon's eye is what I call red tiger's eye, and it's a beautiful stone. If you know tiger's eye, I always think of it more as being liony than tigery, but um, it's got that chatoyance with the stripes that go back and forth when you tip the stone. Dragon's eye is red, a deep, deep red. And some of the stripes are almost kind of orangey on them. And but dragon's eye, I always ask people to, when dragon's eye comes for them, and dragon's eye is coming for all of us in this discussion of love today. That's like the main message is um, this dragon's eye message. But in addition to a general message about what dragon's eye is, um, this is your moment to just press pause for a second and um, maybe put your hand on your heart, take a few breaths, and just start listing qualities of dragon. Are dragons beautiful, magical, majestic, mystical, wise, um, fierce, maybe a little scary? Um, Dragons for me are uh, creatures that cannot be fooled, right? They see through all the masks and all the deceptions. And so there's just no moving a dragon with words, right? It's how your energy is, how you show up in front of the dragon. That's all you've got. You're kind of energetically naked otherwise. Like, even if you're a fast talker or a good talker and a slick talker and you get yourself out of situations that way, the dragon is just not going to be moved by any of that. And also in a recent, I think it was on Harris Gamos, because Dragon's Eye has been coming up every single time. It seems like Dragon's Eye and Amazonite have come up in maybe every single crystal pull spread I've done in 2024. And we're just at the beginning of the third month. And so that's a lot of pulls. And it is the year of the dragon. So that's maybe not a surprise, but yeah, this dragon's eye combined with Amazonite. So dragons are piercing witnesses. They can't be fooled. Um, they know what they know, which is a lot more than the average human knows. Um, they're not deluded in any way by propaganda or how things look to be, how they appear. Dragons are also famously big hunters for treasure. So I associate dragon's eye with this deep underground fire, uh, like volcanoes even. And that comes up in another stone I'll talk about in a minute. But it's just that deep root chakra activation of like really getting that fire down below burning. So associating this question of love with magic and sensuality and embodiment and uh, going after what you want without pretense and without apology. So it seems like the Akashic record keepers are not advocating sexual assault, but just being sort of bald about declarations. Um, so this is something that's never come through about dragons before, but that's what's coming through now. Also, associations, dragon's eye associations include abundance and success, um, manifestation. Um, so this deep, fiery energy, which I associate also with garnet, although there are no garnets in my bowl. That's not true. There are some garnets in my bowl, but not nearly as plentifully as the dragon's eye. In particular, I think the dragons just want to be showing up more and more every day. And if you are, like me, a fan of dragons, you're feeling it too. So Double Dragon's Eye was the headline, along with a fire energy and even an earthy energy, along with Amazonite, which is um, a water energy of heart communication and speaking your personal truth, having the courage to say it, and also speaking to the end of an era. We are at the end of an era where love means something that it didn't maybe mean originally. Uh, a love has kind of been hallmarked as, and that was the keeper's word there, um, which is different from, a stamp that goes on metals. For example, like sterling silver gets hallmarked as, 92.5% silver. But the sort of hallmark cards, or even the hallmark channel of sort of like, oh, after school specials, like, oh, that's a cute couple. They're having this sweet experience, and like, oh, that's a cute saying on the card. And uh rather than, exteriorizing these feelings, rather than holding them in your body, tasting them, feeling them, experiencing them with all your senses. Um, and so we're kind of at the end of that energetic period. The other six stones were all singular stones. There are six different stones that showed up. So the biggest stone of them all that came through for today was a carnelian. And carnelian is a stone of action and decision. It's a very fiery energy, and it is a second chakra stone, which again is much like the root chakra stone, very much a sexual part of the human body, right? And so uh, it's about giving yourself the fire to make the decisions, take the actions, do what needs to be done, and getting over any resistance about doing what needs to be done. After that, there was a big labradorite. Labradorite has been showing up in every pull as well, or almost every pull. Labradorite is a stone of magic. It is also the stone, the crystal placeholder of the Akashic Records. It's Labradorite is known as the Temple of the Stars, which is another name for the Akashic Records. And so Labradorite and its signature of magic and reminder, these crystals, by the way, are offering you their energy as well as speaking to you about their energy. So when we say, oh, Labradorite came, it's not like it's just a mental construct of Labradorite, like, oh, magic. Okay, that's a message. No, it's actually that you receive within your crystalline body, because all human bodies are 2/3 water, and water is liquid crystal. Um, as you know, because snowflakes are frozen water and they're crystalline. Ice is frozen water, it's crystalline, frost, etc. Um, even before Dr. Emoto's work looking at water molecules and their response to emotion, um, we know that water is liquid crystal. Um, so labradorite was the next stone, and its message is one of magic and to look for the magic in yourself, but also offering you that bridge to the magic within yourself, offering you the kind of eyes that will see the magic in yourself and the people around you in the world as it unfurls before you in your own blossoming. The following stone was a snowflake obsidian, and I said earlier that I would talk about volcanoes, and of course snowflake obsidian is this fire and ice kind of stone. It's volcanic glass, but it has crystallized a little bit so that it has what look very much like snowflakes. They're black stones with white, and so you might think of what snow or snowflakes represent to you. You know, that might also be the crystalline water, but it might be something more. And how do we bridge that fire and ice gap? The This is Elizabeth interjecting for just a second. The Heros Gamos, LivinDelight on Sacred Message, a Marriage, or Heros Gamos, talks a lot about binary thinking, um, and uh, wholeness, and that one is a really good one to go listen to if you're wondering about this or that, versus the both and there was a lot in there. Then there were three clear stones, clear-ish, mostly clear stones all in a row. They're about the same size. Clear fluorite, highly protective stone. Fluorite is the stone of the like intuitive flash or the bright idea. Clear fluorite corresponds to the crown chakra, so this divine information, perhaps divine downloads coming in for you, but it's a highly protective stone. Next was a smoky quartz, and smoky quartz is also very protective. Um, it can draw a kind of cloak of invisibility around things you don't want people to see yet, things that aren't ready for, public witnessing. But also smoky quartz does imply um, that it's sort of clearing as you would with a sage wand, smudging, um, clearing the space, clearing the energy, in addition to grounding it. And finally, I thought this other mostly clear stone, it had a slight green tinge to it. I thought, oh, that's going to be another labradorite. But in fact, it told me, nope, it wasn't labradorite, but green aventurine. And green aventurine is a heart stone. It's a stone of renewal. It corresponds to springtime. It also has homework for you with it. And it says, okay, everything tells you that you are ready for this upgrade, which is waiting for you outside your door. It cannot come in and install itself because your space is right now full. What is it that you have energetically outgrown so that the upgrade can come in? What is it that you need to release? Might be beliefs that are no longer valid, that once served you and are no longer useful. It might be people or activities or words that you use to describe yourself, routines that did serve you but don't anymore. It's almost never about actual physical objects, but more about uh, what you do with your time and how you treat yourself when you're by yourself. Do you numb out? Do you go to self-judgment? Do you need to stay busy? Do you um, say mean things? Or do you look for ways to soothe yourself? That could be doing things that your body is asking for you to do, perhaps taking a salt bath, or things that are soothing but maybe not best for you, like eating sugar or chocolate or something that feels good in the moment but is really not good in the long term. And so that is the green aventurine really saying, okay, this is a moment of death and rebirth. This is a moment of death and rebirth. What do you need to lay down at this threshold of rebirth in order to step through into the next iteration of you? And finally, a small Amazonite. And Amazonite, of course, is this, as we said, this stone of personal truth. It helps you to find the words, the right words that the person you're speaking your truth to can understand and hear without, um, you know, storming off. Uh, but also, it's more and more the message that has been coming through is that it's a stone of passage. It says, yes, uh, this is the end of a cycle. Once again, this theme of death and rebirth, like we saw with the green aventurine. So there is so much protective energy in this pull. I think that the double dragon's eye is quite protective. The um, snowflake obsidian is all about protection, but also mopping up any negativity. It it's a stone of revelation. It reveals things that you didn't expect to be revealed. So that is exciting for Elizabeth because, oh, there could be something really interesting here about to be revealed. Clear fluorite, which is fluorite is one of the most protective stones in the entire crystalline realm. Smoky quartz is also protective. And so almost all of these stones, we have this sort of fire and ice, so much fire. There's fire in the labradorite, fire in the snowflake obsidian, fire in the dragon's eye, fire in the huge carnelian, even fire in the smoky quartz, right? With the name smoky. And and uh and then the water, referring to the Amazonite, the Amazon River, and the green aventurine is very flowy. So we have this energy of fire and ice or fire and water, and how do we sort of merge these seeming opposites together, two sides of a coin, um, but also revelations and so much protective energy. So what I'm hearing is that it's these stones all together say, plus the fact that there are 9, it's like, okay, this is the end of the old way. So we're stepping you through that gateway into the new way of looking at love, and it is safe to do so. There is so much safety in this new way of looking at love. And so I'm just going to ask the keepers if there is more of an initial message, what else they want to say about about love and delight, um, and revelations about love. We don't want to go too long. Uh, this transmission is already, just with the crystals, sort of the length that a regular transmission would be, but um, definitely one of the messages is that, um, and this is also behind the 8 different stones, the 9 stones overall. There were 8 different stones, and so the record keepers are saying that this indicates that love has so many faces, right? And really, you're being asked, everyone is being asked, all the listeners are being asked to uh, see everything as love. Love is, and this has come out of the records so many times, love is the building block of the universe. And that's what everything is made of. And it's time to start thinking of love as not separate from us, something that we need to reach out and take, but to embody, be that love. The message of being the rose quartz came out of the records of Uranus and Taurus from 2018. So that's been a little while. It was May of 2018. Elizabeth did that channeling. And so to embody that love vibration that radiates out into the world around you, that the keepers say that the humans on planet Earth have been mistaken about love being somewhere else and having to search for it. There's a lot of information about searching for love, but really, you know, you all have a working heart center. And if you really occupy your heart, put your hands on your heart, take several deep breaths. You can close your eyes if you want to. It's especially useful if you connect to the energies of planet Earth. And this is where the dragon's eye comes in. It's very useful using dragon's eye or partnering with the energy of dragon's eye to connect to those deep magic earth energies and just breathe them up through the soles of your feet and your legs, past your hips, and up through all the chakras in your body, out through the top of your head. Just breathe the fire of that love energy. It's a source of energy that can never be exhausted. And to see yourself as love, to see everything as love, even if it looks like hate, to see that as love and meet it with an open heart as much as possible. And we recognize that it is hard to meet hate with love. And there are individuals through your human history who have done that, and they became quite famous for it, including Mahatma Gandhi, including Martin Luther King Jr., including Jesus Christ, including, the many, many people who met hate with love. And those were enlightened beings. Enlightened in the sense that they could see that love and hate are 2 sides of the same coin. They're not different. It's not love versus hate. It's love, all of it. And fear is also love. Fear is caged love. Fear is love that is kept captive in a really small space. So you're being encouraged to see everything as love and to embody love. Again, be that rose quartz, emanate love forth from your heart center to the space in front of you, the space behind you, the people who surround you, even just as you're walking through the world, emanate that love. Um, Broadcast love on all channels. This is something Elizabeth um, decided to do back in 2010, just to broadcast love on all channels all the time. Just constantly broadcasting love everywhere because that's what's needed in the world today. And to think about the ways in which you embody love every day. When you're compassionate, when you are generous, when you are forgiving, when you are curious. Curiosity is a form of love. When you are playful, when you take delight in something, as you create, not just procreation that we associate with the act of love, but creating, writing, making music, making art, um, broadcasting, any creation. Cooking is a beautiful creation. That Mexican movie, Como Agua para Chocolate, is a beautiful visual poem to love and the connection of love and food. And so any creation, any offering or gift to someone else, including words, but also food, also shelter, also understanding, also witnessing, also curiosity, um, also a smile or a wave or a question or um, a look deep in the eye of understanding. All of that is love. And we encourage you to do that not for any benefit that might accrue to you. There is one, but we're suggesting you not do it for the benefit, but just for the sheer joy of it. There are health benefits, of course, human health benefits to operating from that love space. Your stress levels will go down, your blood pressure, if it's high, will go down. Um, if your body has inflammation, that inflammation will go down. There are lots and lots of benefits to emanating love, broadcasting it on all channels all the time. And so even though the keepers are laughing, saying every one of these transmissions from the Akashic Records is all about love, this one is specifically on the topic of love. And Elizabeth will be back with more later. So um, let's call our spirits back. Just by saying, I call my spirit back, say it out loud wherever you are, maybe with your hand on your heart. And I'll close these records now by saying, love for life, and all it holds. We step into the world with love and joy. Amen. These records are closed. Be sure to drink plenty of water, and get back into your body. Eating highly mineralized foods can help with the grounding. Eating proteins often helps with grounding. Run your hands over your arms and legs, across the top of your head, down your neck and shoulders. Maybe stomp your feet. If you're in a place where the weather permits, go outside and stand barefooted on the earth and really breathe those earth energies up through the soles of your feet and up through your legs and hips and through your entire body. Or hug a tree. Just hug yourself so that your heart is next to the tree bark for a couple minutes. Crystals are wonderful for grounding, but they're not really strong enough. We were only in the records for a little over half an hour, but it's enough that it can take you to this blissful place so that you don't feel off like you might after alcohol or other uh, plant medicines. But by plant medicines, we also mean foods or mind altering substances. Um, just know that you can also just tell your body to get all the way back inside, right? To tell your essence to get as far back into every single cell as it is comfortable to do. And maybe just, as you land in each cell of your body and allow your essence to just sort of squish out of the top of all your cells, if that feels comfortable. Before driving, of course. Again, I'm Elizabeth Losey of elizabethlosey.com. I love channeling about love. I love talking about the crystals. Crystals are agents of pure love and transformation, just as the Akashic Record Keepers are. And if you would like to work together with me in your records or learn more about crystals, please follow me on Instagram or Facebook. And let me know that you found me through the LivinDelight transmissions. Deep bow of welcome. Thank you. And until next time, own your magic. I'm Elizabeth Losey. Thank you.